The full-time review show is brought to you by Saltire Energy, who are delighted to announce an extended partnership with Scottish Rugby, which will see them continue their support of international match days for the Scotland men's team. Saltire Energy became an official partner back in 2021. And also by Craig International, a truly global company with 10 offices strategically placed around the world. The future of global procurement is right here. It was a capital gain performance from the Dons yesterday as their biggest win at Easter Road since March 1985 ensured all 3 points came back up the road. In terms of the result, it means this. So we basically go top of the bottom 6. We find ourselves now in 7th position on 44 points. Next up for the Dons, it's our final home game of the season on Wednesday night against Livingston. Hi everybody, how you doing? A very warm welcome to Ali Beg AB TV this Monday night. How was your weekend? Well, I tell you what, mine was made an awful lot better after watching that yesterday. What a magnificent game of football. So I wasn't able to watch it live because it was Mother's Day here in Austria yesterday. So I was out with the family, but I caught up with it this morning. And wow, the first 20 minutes, oh dearie me, what happened there? But after that, absolutely sensational. I thought we were brilliant. So many positives to take from how we performed, individual performances. I just thought it was an absolutely fantastic performance all round. Look, tell me what you think, because I was absolutely thrilled. I got to be honest. As most of you know now, this is the review show. It's your opportunity to have your say after the game. So get involved. If you're watching for the very first time, hi, how you doing? You're more than welcome. All you have to do is just leave your messages underneath the main video on YouTube. But just as we sort of, what we do here on ABTV is we try and keep this place a very safe haven for fans to come and leave their comments without the fear of sort of people having a go at them for having that opinion. So if you are watching for the first time and you want to get involved, please do. But just be respectful and also be very respectful of others who comment on the channel as well. So look, we'll do the normal housekeeping, all the bits and pieces. We'll get through it. We'll get you guys on. I'm sure, no doubt, there'll be lots of comments coming on tonight. But we shall begin with this. Aberdeen Football Club launched their new home kit today. So many thanks to Aberdeen Football Club, Roddy Hederman and Scott Gormall for giving me permission to use that video tonight on the show. So what do you think of it? I have to say, at first I was a bit meh, but I've looked at it more and more. I've seen it now on a couple of folk and it's definitely a grower. So very much like what I thought of the original Aurora, sort of the Northern Lights strip. At first I was a bit like, I'm not sure about that, but it grew on me over time and I think this shirt will also do the same. So let me know what you think of the home strip. So many positives to take from yesterday. There's a few stats that sort of were kicking about online today. So let's go through them. 7 games undefeated now, winning our last 3 on the bounce. 6 clean sheets in those 7 games. 16 years old Fletcher Boyd with his first team debut and then becomes Aberdeen's youngest ever goal scorer. We'll come on to Fletcher very soon because what a week for the lad. Under 18 champion, makes his debut and scores on his debut and then gets slam dunked on the deck by Duke. What did you make of that? Because I must admit, when I saw it online last night, my heart was in my mouth. Deary me. Dante Palvaro, first league goal for the Dons. Bojan Majowski, 16th league goal of the season, 26 in total for the campaign. So good. So good. Peter picked the same team that started last week as well. And this is a team that I think has really cemented itself since the split. And to be honest with you, I again, for Wednesday night, I can't see him changing things up. I think Dante has been absolutely fantastic. I think he's had a great campaign this season. I think the break in America obviously did him the world of good. And I think he's been absolutely fantastic. The back four, couple of sort of nervous moments here and there, but overall, another very solid outing. Bojan just looked just like Bojan, didn't he? I thought Junior was fantastic again. But Leighton, I want to talk about Leighton. So for me, it was so interesting. If you've seen the interview on Red TV, his interview that he gave, it's so interesting where he sort of openly admitted lost confidence, was struggling a little bit. Whereas now, and you know, we as fans have been crying out for this all season, and we all saw it, that his best position is that number 10 role. And I think Peter has basically taken the shackles off him and given him a free rein. And I think we're now bearing fruit of that. And I think he's been fantastic. And I'm so pleased for the kid because he was most definitely struggling at the first part of the season. So I now think we're seeing that Leighton Clarkson that we had on loan before he actually signed his full-time deal. And long may it continue. Absolutely delighted for the boy. Right, so just let me clear the timeline for you because there are some other bits and pieces that I want to get in tonight. So, right, let's get Peter's thoughts in. So just let me grab Peter's thoughts. Where is he? Right, there's Peter. I've got the match stats for you as well, which make for quite interesting reading. Where are they? Match stats. And, I want to get that in as well. Where are you? There we go. And one last thing, because I've been promising to bring this to you, and I want to show it to you a little bit later. There we go. Right, so let's get on to Peter, see what he had to say after the game. So the first 20 minutes annoyed me a little. We got dragged all over, and we started following them into spaces where we didn't want to go. Obviously, they've got good players, but we just need a wee bit more discipline. When we're on it and we pass the ball and move it at speed, we're a top team. We've showed that today. I'm delighted with the clean sheet again. In the last two games, we've won 1-0, 1-0, and should have scored more. And today, we've done that. So let's get on to the stats for you. Couple of pages. So we enjoyed 41.9% of possession to their 58.1%. We had 16 shots in total, of which 4 were on target. Managed to win 3 corners in the game. So this is where it gets quite interesting for me. So successful passes, 289. Passes in the final third, 57. Total touches equaled 589. Touches in the opposition box was 22. And overall, we won 9 tackles in the game. The lads have been on social media. Bojan Majowski has said, making my dreams a reality. One step at a time. 26. I'm wondering if 30 is his dream. Junior Hoylett enjoyed that yesterday, and congrats to young Fletcher Boyd. What a moment to remember. There were so many, like we said at the top of the show, there were so many good things. Jamie McGrath's ball on the volley, left foot, over to Junior, took it down on his on his thigh, first touch, magnificent, and then boom, off we go. Leighton Clarkson's step over for Bojan's goal, just brilliant. Dante's goal, it's just magic. It's just absolutely magic. Leighton's goal, there's just nothing negative for me. Nothing negative at all. Right, let's open you up. Let's see how you're doing. Where are we? So, live. Right, there you are. Let's click on there. Let's make that a wee bit smaller. Let's just pause the video. Okay. Right, where are you all? Oh, lots of you on tonight. It's good to see. Okay, so Scott W came on. Hi, Scott. How are you, fella? We're once more seeing that this is by no means a poor squad. Too many fans wrote them off only a month or so ago. The difference is they're playing their game now and playing in their own positions. I really need to get my glasses. Graham Barron. Hi, Graham. How are you, fella? Hope you're all right. He says, on the new strip, I wish the squares were symmetrical and it would be a perfect kit. Once Boyd scored, Duke gave him a WWE takedown, and I thought penalty to Rangers. Scott W came back to say, this squad won't need a massive rebuild for next season. We've got the nucleus of an excellent squad. A few new signings and Yimmy will have them purring like an F1 engine. Danielle, thank you for your comment, mate. Thank you. Scott came back to say, yesterday was brilliant. It was almost exhibition stuff at times. We could have scored another 2 or 3, but the foot came off the gas after the third goal. Graham came back to say, he hates the split. We have more points than Dundee and 2 points behind St Mirren and could have nicked a European spot in the end if it wasn't for the split. Get liking and subscribing, folks. So thank you, Graham, for a gentle reminder. If you're enjoying tonight's show, we've got plenty still to come. Don't forget to give it an old like. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, again, I'd be very pleased if you would please consider that. We broke the 3,550 mark over the weekend. Let's see now if we can get to 3,560. Let's see if we can do that tonight. Scott W said, come next season, we'll be third by a mile. The rest will be playing catch up. I believe we'll even close the gap on Celtic in second. Rick McBain is here. Hi, Rick. How are you? Lovely to see you. Something special in the Port Soy water and another gem in the making. I hope we can keep him. Scott W mentioned the home kit, a thing of beauty. Adidas and the club have excelled over the last 3 or 4 seasons. Gavin Wilson is here. Hi, Gavin. The players after the first goal seem to start enjoying themselves. Great to see Clarkson happy as well as others. Mackenzie was a giant. Alan Nichols said, imagine if Celtic or Rangers had scored a goal like our third goal, it would have been all over the papers. Graham, I don't even think Duke knows what Emmanuel is. Alan Nichols says, have never seen one of our players slam dunk after scoring. Honestly, I got to be honest, I didn't really know what to make of it. I really didn't. So many of you are commenting about it. You know, most of you are saying, I couldn't believe that he did it. Ewan Grant is here. Hi, Ewan. How are you, mate? Like that one. Great intent from the players. Absolutely chuffed for Boyd. Well taken goal. The body slam from Duke was 10 out of 10 too. Glad to see them all enjoying themselves again. Gordon Keith Ritchie says, hi all, great result. I'm at Pataudry watching the under-18s. Keep up the good play on our last 2 games. That's right. So the under-18s are playing Celtic tonight as we are on air. And I think they're getting presented with the league trophy tonight as well. Graham Barron has said, I worried for Roos a couple of times when he could have made easier saves, like the one that came into the box without real pace, and instead of catching it, he punched it, and it could have cost us there. Yeah, I saw that one as well, and I don't understand. Just catch the ball. It's there to be caught. Sometimes for me, when a goalkeeper punches a ball in a situation like that, he doesn't have any confidence in his own ability. You know, and he punched it right up in the air as well. Just catch it, dude. Scott W is suggesting it was an awkward ball. It took a deflection en route to Roos. He was being safe rather than sorry. Yeah, I take your point, but I still think it was there to be caught. The Musical Box says, hey guys, great game yesterday. Delighted for Fletcher Boyd. What a way to celebrate his debut. Gavin said, I think Roos redeemed himself with a double save, but I don't get his punching out. We need a new goalkeeper coach. Yeah, to be fair, he made 2 or 3 great saves in the game yesterday. Scott W says, ending the season with another 2 wins is vital. It'll send the players off on their holidays in good spirits, keen to get back and impress the new manager. Yep, completely agree. Transmission GGB says, some team performance after a slow start, but we carry more of a threat as the goals showed. All great moves and clinical finishes, and even with some dodgy goalkeeping, another clean sheet. Mark Smith says, great win, but against a bottom six team. Great to see Boyd score, but I'm not a happy clapper. This was an unacceptable season. Mark, look, we're all with you. Of course it's an unacceptable season. But as we said, and as we have continued to say, it was vital that they finished the season strongly. Just so that it, like what Scott said, that it sends the boys in a very positive mindset. It gives the new management team so much to ponder, and it just gets everybody feeling good about themselves. Not just the playing staff and the players and the management team. It just makes everybody feel so much better. The fans, the city, the club, everything. Fraser Gunn says, the clean sheets mounting up is a real positive. Gartenman and McDonald look like a decent combo. Transmission GGB has said, 2 minutes away from the longest time without conceding a goal this season in the league, I'm led to believe. Who would have thought it? Excellent stat, mate. Thank you. Transmission GGB says, fit like everybody. The Mad Ferret is wishing everybody a good evening. Fraser Gunn has said, thoughts on the new home kit? Personally, I love it. Curious to see what way we go with the away one. David Gold said, sunshine on Leith. For the dandies, at least. Neil709 is here. He's wishing everyone a good evening. As is Neepheed. For like everybody, he says. Pedro73 says, good evening. How refreshing is it to watch us play like that? So refreshing. My God. The musical box says, aye, we gave Hibs some capital punishment. Think Montgomery might pay with his head for that performance. Could well do, mate. David Gold has said, super, smashing, great. Martin Smith has said, some solid performance under Leven. Been saying for weeks to let Clarkson play. Don't ask him to hunt the ball in front of a back 4 or 5, as Robson did for 20 odd games. David Gold is simply asking, what about Fletcher Boyd? Neat Peter said, Duke's got a side hustle as a wrestler. Some celebration from Fletcher Boyd's goal. Don't break him, he's only wee. Pedro73 says, Peter Leven deserves a big pat on the back. What a difference he's made. Whoa, isn't he just? Barry Cole's at Pataudry for the under-18s match. He says the main stand is full. Fantastic. Neom709 comes back to say, poor 20 minutes, then boom. Phil McLean has said, hi Phil, that's more like the Dons we know and love. Matthew Cooley here says, good evening, Ali. Hope you're well. What a result for us. First 20 minutes, I thought, oh, here we go. But they didn't half turn it around. Musical Box has already ordered his home shirt. DM has said, what a goal by the wee man. Right, so look, there's plenty more coming in. So we'll get back to them. So I wanted to bring you this. So if you watched the Gothenburg tribute show the other night, which was sort of intertwined with the Hibs preview show, thank you so much for watching. The viewing figures are really great, really pleased. I'm absolutely delighted that so many of you watched the live show as well. So obviously the 12th of May was the day that the team got back from Gothenburg and went to Pataudry and all that sort of stuff, and all the fans started to sort of filter back home. So what I thought I would do is I showed you my father's cine camera footage of our time in Gothenburg, and he also filmed us coming home. So I thought I'd like to show that to you. So the movie's on complete mute, so I'm going to talk it over. I'll talk over it for you so that you know what's going on. So just to give you the background on this, so when we went to Gothenburg, my late father organised a number of charter airline flights to take the fans to Gothenburg, because he worked for a small charter airline company out at Dice Airport back then. And as part of the trip, he took his old cine camera with him. You know, the old cine ones that you hold with the, you hold it there and you put it in your eye and all that kind of stuff. And you press a little trigger on the handle. Unfortunately, with these old cameras, thankfully it's in colour, but there were no microphones on them, so there's no sound whatsoever. So let me bring it to you and I'll talk you through it. So this is us coming back from Gothenburg. And trust me, as you will see from the first shot, there was a few tired folk kicking about. That's me on the left. And I fell asleep on the shoulder of our bank manager, Bill Bremner. Now, I can't quite remember the time of the flight home, but it was roughly 6 o'clock in the morning. The flight on the way there was so boisterous. It was full of song, full of joy. On the way back, it was so quiet because everybody was absolutely shattered. So this is my dad sitting on what is called the jump seat in the cockpit of the aeroplane, filming as we land at Dice Airport. So can you imagine that in this day and age? It just would never happen, would it? So that's us landing at Dice Airport. Now, this is another charter airline that Dad filmed coming in. And if I remember correctly, I think it was British Air Ferries. I think that was the name, BAF. So this is us now heading to Pittodrie. That's me on the right, holding up the flag. There's my wee brother and my mum, my late mum. All heading now across Pittodrie Street to take our seats inside Pittodrie. Now, here's a little fact for you. I want you to have a look out for the lassie in the next shot sitting right in the middle. Right, can you see the lassie sitting in the middle? That is Gillian Martin, a member of the Scottish Parliament, whose brother Ewan, you would have seen in the first video, is my longest, oldest and dearest friend. So this is the team coming out onto the field with the cup to be met by just joyful fans, young and old. So if you look slightly to the right of centre, there you will see Alex McLeish, and I think it's Eric Black with the cup, right in the centre. You see it, just underneath the flags? Honestly, I can remember this like it was yesterday. Running over now to the old paddock, as it was then known. What an absolutely fantastic day that was. Skived off school. The night before, saw the Dons beat Real Madrid, and then we come home to welcome them back to Pittodrie. An absolutely incredible day. I really hope you enjoyed that. Right, let's get back to your comments. The Lark 70, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. We looked dangerous every time we went forward and good to watch. Been a great week with the Under-18s league win, and yesterday I'm buzzing, he says. Good man. David Galder says the new Dons kit is 1990 JVC inspired, but a lot of you are talking about the price, 68 quid. Bit steep, huh? Pedro73 says, love the new top. I've already ordered it. Stuart Malcolm has said, love the new home top. It's a thing of beauty. Neom79 also said, new top, it's on its way. Wonder if there'll be a new away one as well. Transmission GGB says, I keep saying Leven has done some job and reminded those players that they can play like Clarkson and telling him to go out and play with freedom. That's what you get back when you've got faith in the team. Scott W says, I'm hoping the away kit is also inspired by the JVC one with the diamonds in navy. Yeah, that old white one. What a lovely strip that was. Grey Pilgrim is here. Hi, how are we doing? Where's this team been hiding all season? Sensational. Great finishing from Clarkson and Polvara. Can we start the new season from this week, please? Dave B has said, hi Dave, I know we shouldn't look back, but I can't help thinking we would be in Europe next season if we hadn't gone down the Warnock debacle. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, Dave, but I think that you were absolutely spot on, mate. He comes back to say, I thought Duke was initially upset that the youngster had stolen in front of him. I don't think he was, mate. Martin Smith has said, some overlapping by our fullbacks, which was good to see. Kilted Warrior is here, wishing everyone a good evening. Yeah, Neom79 said, Duke was delighted for the loon, as were the whole team. Great for the loon. Kirsten McKeechney is here. Hi, Kirsten, how are you? Good evening, Dandies. What a game yesterday. Absolutely brilliant. Makes you wonder where that's been all season. I know. Grey Pilgrim has said, Duke is just welcoming Boyd to the man's game with a playful wee body slam. Just bands. Yeah, absolutely. Stuart Cleary has said, evening Ali, amazing how we have been with Angus MacDonald at the back as well. Paul Hannon is here. Hi Paul, how are you? The Dandies were grand on Sunday, the passing amazing. Think we could have been in the top 6 if we'd left Leven in charge and not brought in Neil Warnock. Transmission GGB says, our passing in general has been getting much better since Leven sorted out the team. Graham Klein has come on. Hi Graham, how are you? Hopefully someone is securing the youth talent on long-term deals. Take the risk for hopefully a big reward in return. Kevin Spence has said, loving the new strip and the training gear. Scottish Man Cave is reminding everybody that Hibs are falling apart again. He comes back to say, good payback after the shambles last season that led to Goodwin's sacking. Richard Mickey McMillan is here. How are we doing, fella? He says, come on, you Reds. The Mad Ferret has said Dante's goal was a peach. Graham Barron has said we need to get Hoylett signed on a 1-year deal. I agree. Take him. Duncan Bain also agrees. And he says, hello, Dandies. Transmission GGB says we have the talent and youth and the new manager has just got to strengthen areas like the goalkeeper and get more width and just a bit of depth in other areas and we could get back where we should be. Scottish Man Cave has said that's pretty cool seeing old footage of Pataudry. Scott W has said great footage, brilliant memories. They certainly are, mate. Duncan Bain has said amazing memories. John Dorwood is here, late to the party. Hope everyone's having a happy Monday. The Mad Ferret says brilliant footage, Ali. Thanks for sharing. Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Duncan Bain has said maybe it will happen again in the future in a smaller scale. The league would be good. Anything is possible. Not a huge fan of the new top. David Golder says rumour is new away kit is black and gold. I heard a rumour it was going to be yellow. The Musical Boxer says now we need to do something similar to Livingston with it being our last home game of the season. Doug Smith says great footage, Ali, brings it all back. David Golder says Hoylett was great again. The one good thing Warnock did. Musical Box said the best thing that Warnock did was leave us early. Sugarland has said, I have to say I've been hugely critical of Stefan Garten, man, but he's been so much better with Gus beside him. Totally with you. Stephen Robertson said, our shape with Dante, Barron and Clarkson is far better than when Shinnie plays. Duncan Bain has said, kids have no fear, hence Fergie's Don's team. The Musical Box also would like to see Junior Hoylett sign for another season. And the last comment to come in is from Transmission GGB. It says, Mackenzie has been brilliant since Hoylett has been here and the back four has let him link up and make overlapping runs with real wide players. Sorry, a couple more are coming in. Martin Smith has said, great footage. Think everyone bunked off school that day, right? Kenny McDonald. Hi, Kenny. Hi, Ali. What a fantastic performance. A joy to watch. Do you think Tulane will have a substantial transfer kitty? If so, what positions do we need to bolster? I do think he will get a transfer kitty. I'm not sure it'll be substantial, but we definitely need cover, I think, at right back. I know we've got Big Jack there. We definitely need, I think, a goalkeeper, 100%. And I've got a feeling that we're going to need sort of... I also think we need a defensive midfielder. We never replaced Hilba Ramadani, and I do think we need his type of player. But saying that, I've got a feeling that Connor will go, so I think we'll have to replace him. We're all talking about possibly Bojan going as well. So Esther's there, who for me, is making enough noise to deserve starts. I don't think it will be as big an overhaul as we first feared, because I really think Peter has got the lads playing now and that we can see that there's a decent squad there. As long as they're given the ammunition and the freedom to play in their own positions and to their strengths, the overhaul is not as fearful as it first was for me. Gavin Wilson has said, unfortunately, the under-18s are 1-0 down at the moment. There was a penalty in the game. Scottish Man Cave says, I think Shinnie will be a squad player next season and we could see him back at ICT when his contract ends. Yeah, possibly. Sugarland says, I didn't skive off school that day. Biggest regret of my life. Oh, fella. Right. Okay, we are done. Oh yeah, we've done just about half an hour. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. So we'll be back again tomorrow. So we've got the preview show ahead of the Livingston game. And then we'll come back again on Thursday for the review show. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. And don't forget, press the old like button. And if you haven't subscribed, give us a wee subscribe if you've enjoyed tonight's show, because we've got so much coming up soon. So take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Stand free.